Well, no snow in the forecast, but the wind, boy, it's whipping off of Lake Erie and into Highmark Stadium, just south of Buffalo, New York. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Buffalo Bills. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. And they really want him to be that guy.
Now inside the 25. All the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Off the play fake. Allen. Completes it to Coleman. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
The first drive here, and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They run for the first time with James Cook. Breaks a tackle. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Allen going to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Mahomes pass intercepted. The Bills take over first and
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Alert!
So after the INT, it's Allen. And hauled in here by Rivera. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's Allen to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Quentin Johnston, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
14, Bills 3. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Setting up the screen for Cook. Oh, nice move. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, 64 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10.
It's the score. Chiefs 14. Bills 10. Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Kansas City.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On play action, Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Finding Shakir across the formation. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Only able to gain a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
Our defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throw left side to Kincaid. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Allen going to run with it. This pass caught at the 4. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Now Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bills take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. 4th and goal. The defense needed one more stand. They couldn't get it.
I just wonder if they were thinking heavy run here in that situation instead of being able to play the pass, and they were beaten on that possession.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
3 on the play. And a first down, Chiefs.
Yellow.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a first down coming up. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing now is Mahomes. Now he'll tuck this, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Mahomes now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Throw over the middle, and it's caught by Johnston. They'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. And here's Matt Araiza now. This is taken at about the 14. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Allen going to run with it. Ball tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That goes for a gain of 31.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Mahomes going to throw. Now he's got it. Touchdown. And Xavier Worthy from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to move back in front. Butker now to add the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score. Chiefs 21, Bills 17. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
To throw, it's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Here's Allen. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll try and do this himself. That is caught. And the Bills are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Cook will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. These two teams in this first half have been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. That's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Mahomes to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Chiefs.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 21. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all he can do is look forward, and he pick up a first down. Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they're going to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field.
46-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half.
Chiefs 24. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
27-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Again, it's Cook. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. That good for 19 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Getting the ball is Cook, running left. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have the Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Here's a diving catch right side. And nothing to speak of there after the catch as they get him right to the ground at the 37.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yellow.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
And Xavier Worthy
with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Chiefs have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
Bills 27. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Allen going to run with it. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And complete right side to Cook. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Oh, design run for their wideout. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 71 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, what do coaches tell us all the time, CD? We've got to get our playmakers more involved, and certainly running with the football is one way, and it paid off right there.
And you're talking about paying off to great effect. How about the big explosive play that was a result of that play call? Big-time execution on that one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On play action, Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Rivera. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Allen going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll look down the field here for Kincaid.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Mahomes. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. That's his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. So with the yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? Right? 300, that means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
A gain of 12. First down, Kansas City.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That good for 22 and a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
At the Bills' 4-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. This is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Quentin Johnston, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Bills 27. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. They juked him. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Three receivers head out right, one to the left on 2nd and 3. Now Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Coleman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
13 yards.
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Allen now looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Allen to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Josh Allen sacked by George Karlaftis. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down.
Throwing now is Allen.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Leo Chanel.
That keeps the score. Chiefs 45. Bills 33. Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Yellow!
On play action, it's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And the first down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yellow.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 163 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Here we go. Set. 10 flat. Ready.
And they take a knee.
Set. Hut. Yellow. 43. Ready.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Chiefs, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.